All right, what else is going on? We've got an interview. I've been wanting to talk to this guy right now. Franki Cambeletta is the host of the award-winning podcast, and one we'll tell you about, and he's trying to solve a 50-year-old mystery in Hannibal, Missouri. Now, this one is surrounding the disappearance of 3 boys who vanished while exploring caves, which, of course, is in the backdrop there of the immortalized Mark Twain tale, you know, Huck Finn, Tom Sawyer, all of that. Let's take a listen, and then we're going to talk to Franki.
Allegedly, there was a construction crew worker that said they killed those kids. I know they killed those kids, and they covered it all up, and da-da-da-da-da. And he was ranting and raving about a bar. Don't know who that person was. If you're listening now, like, you can private message us, and we can get to the bottom of that. But, you know, we won't reveal you. We're really good about that. If you've listened to our podcast, we don't give our names away. We're really good at holding out stuff, especially if it's like with police, chain of custody.
Front edge of this investigation, which is really cool, and there's something else coming up as well. It's the disappearance of Billy and Joey Hogue and Craig Dowell on May 10th, 1967, and the adventurous boys were out and about, you know, doing what boys do at that age. Franki has dedicated his life to uncovering the truth behind this heartbreaking mystery. Man, oh man, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in this early time period.
Yeah, no problem. We're up early.
Well.
We're up early every day, so.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, listen to the podcast. How many seasons, by the way?
We have 4 seasons.
Did you ever expect it would go like this?
We didn't expect any of it. We had 9 downloads the first couple episodes, and we're like, all right, well, somebody likes it. And then we were able to get on the news down in Hannibal, and it just blew up.
Wow.
Our good friend Chad now, who's like, I think he's the program director down there in Hannibal.
Okay.
And he's just like, I really like this story. I grew up here. Like, I want to, and it.
Yeah. It's amazing. And YouTube has all these other little investigations that are using you guys, part of their investigations, which is kind of almost a crowdsourcing type of investigation as well.
And the YouTube like influencers that have more followers than us and have all that kind of stuff, they always are really kind and reach out to us and like, hey, is it okay? I'm like, dude, this is about the boys. It's not about us.
Oh, wow.
So if you can get news or publish anything out there, we're good with it. Like, it's not about us. So.
Now, can I go back just a little bit for people who don't know the story of these 3 missing boys? What do we know for sure happened? You know what I mean? Like, how did they disappear?
We know for sure that on May 10th, 1967, 2 brothers, Billy and Joey, were not supposed to be out. And they hopped the fence, got another buddy involved and said, hey, you want to see something really cool? And Craig was not really one of the caving boys. He wasn't one of the adventurous boys, right? He was always dressed to the nines. He had his Oxford shoes on. Wow. And he's like, all right, I'll hang out with you kids. What do you got going on? Because he was older. He was 14. And he was a big kid. Like, he was 5'8". And so was actually Joey. These kids were pretty big. When we say small kids.
Yeah, you think like an 8-year-old, but
no. these guys were built. And so basically, they went after school. He wanted to show them some caving stuff. And then the last time they're reported seeing is on Lover's Leap at 5:15 p.m. By Breedlove, who was the janitor, who basically was washing the floors and looked over at the Lover's Leap and saw them because he recognized them from what they were wearing.
Yeah.
And then that was it. They disappeared.
Wow, and they disappeared. And
but they were above ground when they disappeared.
Yeah. So the question is, did they die in the cave, or were they victims of something?
Well, that has been that
mystery.
Yeah, and that has been the story. The John Wayne Gacy thing constantly comes up. We debunked John Wayne Gacy. There was even a book that came out. There was like, oh, they're at the cement plant. Well, we talked to the cement plant, talked to the sheriff. We were able to dig a football field where the book said that these kids would be. Nothing was there. In fact, it was sterile earth. Dinosaurs hadn't been there. So that entire thing was debunked, and now we are setting up for the real dig that's based on Occam's razor, right? So the least amount of assumptions. What would have happened? You mean to tell me that John Wayne Gacy drove through a construction zone, hijacked 3 large kids, and put them in the back seat and then drove to Illinois? No, none of that makes sense. It just doesn't make any kind of comprehensive sense as well.
Wow. Okay, so those are some twists and turns.
Yes. The Gacy trail was a big one.
Yeah, yeah, and that, the lady that told me to talk to you, Dia from Hannibal, she's like, you got to talk to this guy, and she talked about you being a paranormal guy as well.
I have the largest team in the Midwest, actually, Haunted Souls. HauntedSoulsParanormal.com. Yep, that's the, Haunted Souls in general is it's a different type of paranormal team. Okay. We're researchers first. We're historians first. When we go to investigate types of places like that, we are looking for the truth. And we're looking to communicate with the other side and trying to find scientific ways, bringing paranormal back to scientific. It's a pseudoscience
versus a
right
gooey
now.
running around,
screaming,
Animal Planet or whatever
right.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing really ever happens.
Right.
Oh God! Well, back to the main story. Do
Sure.
you think there's any paranormal involved in that?
Well,
With the boys.
There's a really good medium psychic out there that we love. She's actually part of our team. The Hogue family loves her. Her name's Brittany Buckwalter. She's different medium that I've ever met in my life. I've never been a big fan of them, but there's something about her. There's something that she says, some things that I'm like, man, that's really weird. How would you know that? Because me and Chris are knee deep in the research, and it's like all of a sudden she just pulls something out. I'm like, there's no way she would have known that. Wow. So we do have that aspect of it, but it is more at this point becoming more engineering scientific, which is what the dig, what that GoFundMe is about. We need guys to drill the top of a cave. Now we can't give the location away because it's private property.
Okay.
And MoDOT is involved. And yes, this is a state thing now because they have to, MoDOT has been a godsend. They have helped us in so many different ways and they're caring, but they still have to do their job on 79, which is a big truckers highway. And so we have, the state involved, the sheriffs from 3 different counties helped us out. Hannibal Police Department has been nothing but just friendly and nice. They get so much bad press down there because of a documentary that came out. Yeah. But Hannibal Police is not like that.
I saw that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, they were said they were crooked and all of this stuff.
They're not, man. These are good people, and they have a chain of custody. They have to follow that chain of custody. They can't just give you information. Okay. So we've just been blessed. Everybody in town, we love Hannibal. I mean, from the root beer at Mark Twain's diner to, so I mean,
man, I could talk to you all day, and I want to have you back to talk about Annabelle. I'm going to hold you on that, but the Annabelle doll, you have something on your mind. It seems like with this, it's just interesting, right?
Yeah, it's so interesting. And where can people find your podcast, real quick?
So our podcast is Lost Boys of Hannibal. It's basically everywhere.
Lost Boys of Hannibal, wherever you get your podcast. Sorry, we're up against a little break here. No worries. You are awesome, Frankie.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
No problem.